I'm not going back and forth with a man who thinks that they should be in my position. If you want to be in my position, get in my position.
Do you believe that?
Bluff City Media presents The Anthony Sain Show on YouTube at Bluff City Media. Stepping up to the microphone is your host, Anthony Sain.
Acknowledge me.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome to The Anthony Sain Show. This is, of course, your host, Anthony Sain. Big 50, Kenny Stubblefield, man. It's the 50th episode, man. I'm excited, bro. Props to you, man. You reached out to me a few months ago this summer about the opportunity to come on board with Bluff City Media, and this is the 50th episode.
It's crazy,
we're
man.
recording today. It doesn't seem like we've been doing it that long.
It's crazy.
We do it twice a week, but still, 50 seems like a pretty big number. I'm excited about that, man. I'm excited to be here. Shout out to all the people in leadership with Bluff City Media, yourself. Who else?
Mark King.
Zach Thomas. Zach Thomas, yeah. Shout out to y'all three, man. Shout out to everybody who's got shows here, man. A lot of stuff going on. All the writers. Really glad to be a part of this, man. I've done a lot of shit in my time.
Right. Yeah.
I've written for publications. I've done podcasts. I've done radio. And I'll be honest with you, man. This is a good place to be, man. Great environment. I really feel like I'm part of a team. So, like I said, episode 50 it's not in the books yet because we're doing it right now. But I'm glad to be here. Also, just doing some getting some stuff out the way tonight. If you are free, let's have a party, man. Let's celebrate. Hopefully, another Grizz win at Hooters tonight. At the Grizzlies. The Grizzlies take on the Detroit Pistons. Yeah, take on the Pistons tonight. Come check that out at Hooters downtown.
We should win this one, right?
Yeah, we should win this one right. It's the branding for this one. I plan on having a different theme of every game, damn near. I think this is what I'm gonna do for those. This one is we should win this one right for sure. Tonight at Hooters, man, come check it out. 10% discount if you're wearing Grizzlies gear. I'll be there. No,
Are you a superstitious
really.
guy?
No, I do kind of ride stuff to the wheels fall off though.
So I have
I'm kind of Zach Kleiman-ish.
Yeah,
as far as that goes. Yeah.
I have a streak going right now.
Okay.
Whenever I travel or go to a watch party, the team I'm looking at, I'm rooting for always loses.
Yeah, stay your ass at the house.
So I think
we lose to Detroit, man. I'm gonna be feeling real grim.
Yeah, we're gonna feel real salty about it.
You can go and stay at the house. You got my permission to stay at home. Man. And speaking of permission, Kenny Stubblefield, JB Smiley says that says not so fast to the University of Memphis. Now I'm gonna play devil's advocate on this situation, Kenny, because when the initial news came out that Fred Smith was dropping off the $50 million, the STEMI, I had questions.
Yep.
I was like, all right, when they say the city is doing this, who is the city? Like, who said this? Like, who like said, okay, this is happening? That was my first question. Then I had questions about the details of this, how this would work. And I was like, okay, this seems, I don't want to give an emotional response to this. I also don't have an intellectual response. So I'm like, all right, let me see how this plays out. And I'll say this. Don't get anything I'm saying twisted. I think that JB Smiley is coming off as a goof. I think he looks ridiculous in all this. I think that the overall point that he's making, it doesn't feel genuine. It feels like this is a bigger play for something that's personal to him. It feels like a power play. He seems extremely arrogant how he's going about doing this. And, yeah, that's kind of how I feel about that because everything seems a little self-serving when it comes down to him. And me and my Tiger football brethren.
Yes.
My brothers, we've been united against
Y'all on the same page,
We're
man.
on the same page, man.
Yeah.
And I'm asking JB Smiley, bro, why are you going through this? Because I'm looking like, yeah, I didn't even get that.
Right.
I wonder what that brother DM's looking like, man.
Oh, man.
But I know a lot of people are saying they're not voting for him. He's doing the most, and he's getting killed. He's getting cooked on Twitter for sure.
I will say this. Can I say one thing real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
There's one thing that was said. I think it was by Commissioner Jones, who's the chairman of the city commission.
Mm-hmm.
He said one thing in the meeting today that kind of did ring a little bit true to me. Is like y'all. Like, we've not been a part of this conversation at all. And you asked the question earlier, like, when you talk about
who
the
said
city,
this?
Huh?
Go ahead. Who said this, though? Like, who said This is like who said okay the city's gonna give the Liberty Bowl to Memphis? Like
It was a part of the negotiations, I guess.
with who?
With Jim Strickland, the mayor.
So Jim Strickland said this.
It seems like it. It seems like that was a part of the negotiations.
Okay.
And that's my concern. Like, if you've listened to what Laird Veach, the athletic director at the University of Memphis, has said, is they got to get this thing rolling, get it going. And it feels like there might have been, and I could be absolutely wrong on this, it feels like there might have been some corners that have been cut in terms of how to take a big property like the Liberty Bowl that is publicly owned and transition it in terms of ownership.
Yeah.
There's got to be the city involved in that, but there was also a escalated time frame that it needed to happen because they want to get it done by 2025.
Knowing all this is knowing that this stuff was talked about and was put out there in the public, and that everybody that needs to sign off on this hadn't already signed off on this.
Feels shady.
Feels weird to me.
Feels weird.
Yeah, it's like
No, shady's a bad word. I'll take shady back. It feels weird.
It feels like they jumped the gun.
Yes.
Like they spoke out of turn. Like they spoke a little bit too soon.
But I would also say, JB Smiley, read the freaking room, bro.
Yeah, he's with the shit. He's with the shit, man.
Read the room.
Oh man, like I said, it feels good to. I'll give you a comparison off the air.
Okay.
It feels good to see somebody else get that heat from University of Memphis football fans, other than myself, man. But that brother's out there just fighting an unnecessary battle. Feels like to me. One of the things he's talking about is that he wants 4 city councilmen to have board seats on the U of M group board for the whole project of the school having the ownership rights to it. A lot of those details I don't know. I don't know what they're really saying on that. It's not really my thing.
What are the bylaws with the University of Memphis that would make that not a good situation?
Right.
Like, why is that a problem?
And everybody's calling out bullshit and people saying that it's just a power play for him, and why does he even want that type of authority, all those type of things, etc. There is an interesting point that I'm looking at. It says that there is $28.75 million in debt that the city has for the Liberty Bowl, right? That's debt that they money lost, right? And they're saying, all right, if you get the building, you get that too.
You get that debt too. You take the risk, right?
Which in most cases how stuff like that works in most cases.
That's right.
So well, it's gonna be interesting to see how this plays out, man. They did not come to a vote today, and they will resume the vote on December the 19th, which is also the date that John Morant comes back. I think Tiger basketball has a game against Virginia that date as well. December 19th is gonna be a big date in the city of Memphis. I'm seeing people, I think, kind of get too overexcited about this. I followed some dude that writes for the Daily Memphian and cut his notifications on today to keep up with this whole thing. Shout out to that guy, whatever he was talking about. But it was another Jones in the building as well, Kenny Stubblefield. My man, Fred Jones, has been a guest on the show.
The Godfather.
The Godfather himself, the man who he said here in this very seat, and he said, when grown people are talking, the kids stay out of the room. And he said, in this situation, I'm the kid, So I heard that. But today he was in the room with the grown people.
Yes, he was.
He got invited to the grown people table. And he said some real stuff, man. He said, y'all out here just doing shit. No, I'm not quoting. It's like, y'all out here doing shit, but y'all ain't told me nothing. And my man from the AutoZone Liberty Bowl was the same way. Y'all just out here moving, but y'all not involved with us in none of these talks. And you're not, we were surprised by all of this. I do wonder how that's going to affect those type of things. I figured that this would not be the first situation where a school owns a stadium, but they also use that stadium for non-school shit. So
Right.
I think that
100%.
the whole AutoZone Liberty Bowl and the Southern Heritage Classic with somebody, I don't know who Warren is. I don't know if that's his last name or his first name.
The Soul Bowl, baby.
But he suggested the Soul Bowl, which made me want to fight every person ever when I saw it.
Man, I love that name.
No, bro, you're joking. Yeah, I know you about to make me mad, bro. but no, we got to get the Soul Bowl up out of here, man. But
man, that man got roasted, I think, more than JB Smiley did for saying that.
for saying it.
Yeah.
Somebody said this sounds like a white healthy food places.
Acai bowl.
Yeah, some kind of interpolation of something, man. Some type of healthy dish or something. But yeah, I think this whole thing is gonna end up. I think it's kind of much ado about nothing. I don't think it's gonna halt anything. It might change some of the dynamics of some of this stuff, but I don't think it's gonna stop the overall thing. And this whole thing about the whole politicking thing and that people are saying about, well, this could affect the Grizzlies leaving here. No, I'm not buying any of that shit at all.
That was from Richard Smith,
Who the hell is Richard Smith, man?
the son of Fred Smith.
It sounds good, man. But I think
I'm just saying,
that's all.
you don't give any credence to that.
Not at all. Not at all, bro.
The FedEx Forum.
I don't know. No.
Okay.
I don't think it's anything to that at all.
Okay.
That was him to say that for real?
Yeah.
I still don't think that. No.
He said it would be the darkest timeline in Memphis sports history if the city council chose to not pass this thing.
I think they're just, first of all, I don't think that's going to happen.
I don't think so either.
And second of all, I think that's two different entities, man. Like, I don't think they have anything to do with each other. Like, I think if the Grizzlies want to be here, they're going to be here. I don't think they're waiting to see what happens with the freaking Liberty Bowl, man. Like, I'm not buying it, man.
It's just the money.
Maybe I'm overthinking this. Maybe I'm underthinking this. But I just don't get it, man. But like, all this is kind of going over my head. I'm still trying to process this whole situation that's going on with the whole JB Smiley thing. But that brother's just out there getting cooked for sure. I know that for sure. But I think it'll be fine. Everything's going to get taken care of. But I will say this though, man. Like, I said this when the whole thing first got down, and they said that the $50 million deficit.
Right.
In most of these situations where these schools own these arenas, the money ain't really an issue, man. Memphis, if this is the city's team, like we say, go do what y'all gotta do, man. Do what y'all.
I mean, come on.
Yeah, go do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
If they say it's a $28 million debt, hey, go raise it, go pay for it. You know what I mean? If that's what it is, and whatever needs to be done, like go get the $50 million, the gap between what the Smiths are donating or whatever, but. Yeah, go do what you need to do, man, for sure. Like, if that's what it is, put your money where your mouth is, for sure.
Now it seems like it's $78 million, right?
That's what I'm saying,
they need
man.
50 to match the Smith donation.
Yeah.
And they got $28 million
They're going to be in the hole.
debt.
Yeah. So do what you need to do, because I do think that if you're serious about being in a Power 5 conference and all those type of things, hey, you got to pay to play, bro. SMU just did it, you know what I mean? Yep. So do what you need to do. There's a lot of millionaires in the city. Find you about 78 of them. They drop you off one of them things right quick. You know what I mean? So do what you need to do. You know.
It is wild because we don't know.
It's a wild story.
Again, and just to kind of wrap it up, I guess, with you is we don't know the ins and outs of the way that the city commission, the how that all works politically.
Yeah, it all sounds crazy to me.
You know, there's a lot of stuff that we don't understand, and it's okay that we don't understand it. But it's just more so the cut in the corners thing.
Yeah, that's weird. That's strange.
Is weird to me
because they put that out there like, oh, we've been working on this forever. Here's what we've been working on in secrecy. But it's like, hey,
and the commission's like, yo,
hey,
hey, you knew you had to sign. You knew we had to vote on this.
We're gonna give away one of the biggest buildings in the city. Like, okay, so let's break that down.
Yeah.
So I get it, but it's like it's all dumb because it's like, all right, man, just
read the room, bro.
Get out the way and just let this happen. Let's get out the way. And somebody said this too, like, yeah, you have a debt, but we're also taking that debt off of you. So there's a trade off in that for sure. But I get it. I honestly get both sides of it. So we'll see how the whole thing plays out. I'm not going to act like I'm an expert in any of this. Listen to Jeff Calkins' show if you want to get more in-depth stuff about this.
Right.
Those type of guys. They got you. But, yeah, man, we're about to take a break, man. When we come back, Parish Sharkey is going to be here for the Sit Down with Sain 50th episode. We're making it happen right here. We'll see you guys in a minute.
Bluff City Media and Bluff City NIL are proud partners of Coaching for Literacy, a Memphis nonprofit using the power of sports to impact childhood literacy. When you donate to Bluff City NIL through Coaching for Literacy, your gift is 100% tax deductible. This partnership is a win-win-win. Tiger student athletes win in the NIL landscape, Coaching for Literacy wins by engaging Tiger student athletes in this monumental cause, and most importantly, elementary students in Memphis receive support to become strong readers. To donate today, visit coachingforliteracy.org/bluff-city.
I think he's in a space where he realizes you want to win championships, you want to be a part of big-time college football, you have to spend more. We have to get money donors for the $50 million. You have to get money donors for NIL. Like, I think he wants that to be the forefront. What he said here, though, did not convey that message in any meaningful way. I don't know what this quote does to help his case with those particular fans or with fans as a whole.
I get it why you're not supposed to go after a fan base, why you're not supposed to trash a fan base. And I don't think it was the best move. But I will say, and this is probably where I'll differ from most people, it is good to hear Ryan kind of get a little bit fired up.
Yeah, show a little fire. I get you.
Tune in to On the Bluff with Christian Fowler and Gabe Kuhn every Tuesday at 12 p.m. on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel.
Just try to do something. Why are you just letting Seth run for his life on every offside call? Well, I don't understand that at all.
I completely agree with you.
They got
Trey.
3 first downs on it, I think.
Because
it's offsides.
Because it's offsides, of course. But they could also get 30 down the field.
You're getting the offside call. Why are you also putting Seth at risk and making him run for his life when you could still just put forth some effort?
If they want to
at
do
least
that,
stand up and just try to stay in front of somebody. Why are you just staying down at the 3-point stance?
if they want to do
Shoot your
that, then
shot,
tell
man.
Seth just fall on the ground.
Yeah, I mean, why even try to do
Or
anything?
slide. Slide
It's
on
a
the
free
ground.
play because if he were just to fall down, you miss out on the
A free play
opportunity.
doesn't mean everybody else on the field besides Seth and Kobe Drink don't move.
All you do is just get out there and just rip that bad boy, and he did it.
He's
every
running
time.
for. He's got dudes. He's got.
He's running for his life
He's
every
got
game. What's it
unchecked
matter?
dudes
What's
running
different?
for his head, bro.
What's different? What is different about 5 guys blocking? He's still running for his life.
I hate it. I
He's
don't
been
get it.
clean. He's been clean when they actually block.
Don't stop it.
Tune in to Tigers Untapped with TJ Willis and Trey Lasley every Wednesday at 3 p.m. on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel.
All right, y'all. Welcome back to the Anthony Sain Show. The sit down with Sain with my man Parish Sharkey. Y'all know him, you love him. You read him on Bluff City Media, writing about your Memphis Grizzlies. You see him here each and every Wednesday on the Anthony Sain Show. It's the Big 50 today, man. We talked about it in the opening segment of the show. This is our 50th episode. I'm excited, man. I'm an accomplishment type dude. I like to celebrate small victories. You know what I mean? So this is a big day for me. Episode 50, and I'm glad I'm having it here with my guy. Parish Sharkey. I can say this is my guy. I'm screwing his name up.
For sure, man. And man, proud of you.
Man, appreciate you, bro, man.
I've been here almost since the beginning.
Yeah. You came along in probably episode in the first 10 for sure.
I think I was on the third or fourth episode when I came on as a guest.
You mean it's a guest, yeah. And then you start producing after that. Yeah, my man. Yeah, for sure, man, for sure. Well, we're gonna talk about this Grizzlies stuff in this beginning segment. I typically ask you to hang on with me for the 3-pointer when you're here, so we'll do that as well if you're down.
Of course.
Right.
Always.
All right. So the Grizzlies are winners of 2 of the last 3 games over the weekend. Big wins over the Dallas Mavericks. Went over the Utah Jazz. Both of them without their stars. And I was at the watch party I had last weekend when we played against Dallas, right? And some guys there from out of town. And he's like, man, y'all celebrating, man, but it's like, Dallas ain't got Luka, man. So, like, bro, we ain't got Ja Morant, bro. and it's like, you know what I mean? And I'm going to talk about that later because people are really acting like Ja Morant died. You know what I mean? People act like this dude just, like he never existed almost. So we'll talk about that later on. But what are your thoughts? They won 2 of the last 3. Played that Phoenix team very well. Had to lead it to half. Phoenix just kind of out firepowered them in the second half. Right. KD and Booker just kind of started doing their thing. They have a game Wednesday coming up today. If you guys are watching today, against the Detroit Pistons. I think they've lost like 15 games in a row, something like that. That team, in my opinion, should be better. I don't understand why they're that bad. So are we looking at a Grizzlies team that's about to win 3 out of the next 4? You know what I mean? That's the question you got to throw out there. But what are your thoughts about how the Grizzlies are looking right now? You saw Jaren Jackson Jr. interviewed today saying, it feels like something's different. Then we got guys coming back. We got Marcus Smart, Kennard, and of course, number 12, John Moran is going to be back on December 19th. What are your thoughts on the team now? What's your temperature of what you see? Like I said, 2 of the last 3, you played good against Phoenix in their loss. And
Utah beat Detroit.
No, you beat
No, what
Dallas.
I was saying that's my
if
thinking.
you beat, okay, yeah, I got
beat Utah, beat Detroit, and still won. You played Dallas twice and you played Houston twice. Still won the 2 games against both of those teams. You did that Friday. Yeah, Luka was out. Like you said, we missing Ja, we missing Marcus Smart. Yeah.
I don't want to hear your crybaby excuses
we
about
can go
nothing.
down our injury report. That's the reason we're, our record is what it is, right? So you already stole that game. I was thinking still won against Houston. That gets you to 7-18 by the time Ja gets back. And I tweeted about it. I compared it to Ja's rookie year. He got hurt, had a back injury, missed like 4 games.
Forgot about that. We hit the cameraman or something like that. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, go ahead.
Indiana. And they failed at 6-16. He came back from injury, and they won a run and got to 28-26 by the All-Star break.
That's right, man. They did. That definitely did happen that year. They had a really bad record, and then when Ja got back, they took over.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure, man. The boogeyman is here, man. And I told a guy that was at the Hooters watch party Wednesday, last week. It wasn't Wednesday, whatever day it was, Friday, whatever. He was like, he just kept mentioning Ja, right? Just kept Ja this, Ja that. It's like, all right, man, you must have never seen Candyman, man. It's like you keep saying his name, bro. He gonna pop up on you. And that date is coming very soon. December 19th, as a matter of fact, we will see John Morant back in action. Something else that I've kind of noticed is the Grizzlies are undefeated with Derrick Rose starting.
Yep.
Right. So I think that's a very interesting aspect of what we're talking about. Right? He didn't start the Phoenix game, did he?
His first game started was last Wednesday.
But he didn't start the Phoenix. He didn't play the Phoenix.
He didn't play.
Okay,
He
yeah.
didn't play back
So
to
yeah,
back.
they're undefeated with Derrick Rose at starting point guard, and I think he's kind of what I'm calling a Ja simulator. You know what I mean? He's washed. I mean, Derrick Rose is not the guy he used to be. He's not the MVP level. Yeah, but he simulates a lot of things that Ja likes to do.
Yeah.
He can get to the basket. He keeps the ball moving. He's athletic. He can get to wherever he wants to get on the court and get his shot off. And he pushes the pace of the team.
Right.
And I think we look like a much better team when Derrick Rose has been starting games. We're going to see him again tonight against Detroit. But with that being said, do you agree with it? I think he kind of shows you a preview or a reminder more so of what things would be like when Ja gets here.
Of course, like when you think about when Ja Morant came to the league and saw how you played, Derrick Rose was the first player you really thought of, the athleticism, his dunking. The difference is, I think Ja Morant is a better playmaker. Even Derrick Rose back in his day, playmaking, assist-wise, I think he on the average like 5-6 assists during his MVP season. You know, Ja can get you, again, a good 8, 9, 10 assists a game when he gets back. But, yeah, definitely Derrick Rose, he's not as athletic. He can't jump like Ja Morant, of course. But, I mean, he's 34 years old. But, like you said, pushing the pace, he still can get that quick first step. He still can get to the paint, still can get the floating shots up. So, I mean, just he's definitely a Ja Morant simulator, and he's the perfect mentor for Ja Morant whenever Ja Morant actually gets back on the court.
Yeah, I think he's showing you just so many things that the other point guards haven't showed you. Marcus Smart isn't at that level of point guard. Coming into the league, he was that athletic guy like that, but he plays more in that Boston half court offensive style.
Yep.
None of them, Gilliard, none of them, they're not.
Too short.
Yeah, they can't do the things that Ja can do. But Rose can show you, some version of simulation.
Have we started banging at point guard before?
It was not.
Same thing. Can't.
No, none of these dudes and Jaylen Nowell, no, he can't.
Not no point guard.
He can't really show you what Ja can do. Speaking of Jaylen Nowell, the clock is ticking on him. He did receive a second 10-day deal with the Grizzlies for his efforts. I just been kind of sitting on this, man. The other day I made a very bold proclamation. I said if the Grizzlies don't keep him for the rest of the year, that is malpractice, that is incompetence of a front office. And this is what I'll say. If they decide not to keep him, because it would take something. And like we say, okay, make this trade, do this, do that. But in order to make a trade, a team has to be willing to trade with you. A lot of teams just aren't willing to do that this early in the season. They want to wait closer to the deadline to see what they have. and to just kind of maximize things as far as that's concerned, to see what the Grizzlies are going to be as far as, you know, a lot of teams want to wait until Ja Morant gets back to see, okay, what's that 2024 pick going to look like for y'all? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So a lot of teams are going to be kind of weary about making deals with you altogether. But with that being said, if the Grizzlies don't keep Jaylen Nowell, I personally would be upset about it, you know. And my thing will be, I'll be upset with the caveat of y'all got until the trade deadline to make me think otherwise. It's going to be like a pending y'all are dumb type thing. You know what I mean?
Right.
It depends on what they end up doing if they get another guy in. I got some guys I'd like to see them bring in, but I think they need to bring in somebody that can do a lot of things Jaylen Nowell can do. They can defend, they can get to the basket, they can score in the mid-range. Plus, if they can get somebody that can knock down jump shots, that'll be better. Jaylen Nowell's a horrible shooter. You know what I mean? But I just think he's a good player with some of the intangibles that he adds. So what are your thoughts about him in general and how you think the Grizzlies should manage his whole situation roster-wise?
They need to find a way to keep him. I mean, you got a bunch of dead weight. In a sense, I know, hey, nobody, you could tag along.
Was that a Junior Lofton joke?
No, not even him. No, I wasn't thinking. I was thinking more of the Jake Rayfield. So there were, but you know,
right?
You could tackle him.
No, you said dead weight. I was trying to.
Yeah. I mean, I get it.
I get it.
I like Junior, man. I don't want to smoke for Junior, man. But but you know, trade, man. You could tag on some second round picks. Toss in. You know, you could find a way to get. If you really want to keep Jaylen Nowell, they could find a way to do it. Yeah, they will find a way to do it. But I've been very impressed by him. Just like I said, he's not a good shooter, but most of the team, man. Like we shooting. We dead last in the NBA in three. Where we was as of the Utah game last week. I don't know what's changed. It may have changed since then. I haven't looked, but we were dead last in percentage in the NBA. So most of the team can't shoot. So I ain't knocking him for that. But his just play, I love, especially when him and Vince Williams plays together. Like defensively, that's like just a hellish combo. Like they be after it. But yeah, Jaylen Nowell overall, really good basketball mind. Even when his shot isn't falling, like the Utah game, I think he shot like over 6. But he played well. You could tell like he was moving the ball on offense. He didn't just stand still. He would try and make plays. And on defense, he was just a menace. So since then, he's really been a really spark for the team, and it's been really good to see. I'm glad to get the opportunity to see him because I was wondering why he was a free agent. Like he did well in Minnesota.
Because when I saw his name, I was like, wait, is that the dude
that busted us?
Yeah, he had like at least one game against us where he went off. Yeah, in that playoff series, he's a very instinctive player, and he's got the Hooper gene. Somebody talk about it all the time. He's just an instinctive guy who kind of knows how basketball is supposed to flow. I've seen a couple breaks where it was him and Desmond Bain on the break, and he kind of knew how to keep the ball moving and knew exactly when to make the pass to finish the play. And that's just something that a lot of guys on this team just don't have. They're not instinctive basketball players. And that's something I definitely would love to see here. But like I said, man, I don't have the best feeling about it. I got a feeling that they're not going to renew him after this 10. They're not going to make they might not be able to make a move, you know what I mean? To get him here keep him here after this 10. But I hope they have some other plan in mind if they don't. I don't think you should just, get Jitty back into the rotation and see what happens. So we'll see how that whole thing goes.
That speaks volumes that Taylor Jenkins completely took him out the rotation. Like he went to a 9-man rotation, set rotation.
Just said, screw this.
Just took him
Give me
out.
the dudes who finna bring it.
That lets me know something.
Yeah. For at least 2 weeks' time, you can extend it. You can keep getting the extensions granted. I believe that's what it is. But I don't know, because if it'll come down to, because I think Marcus Smart is going to be back in the next 2 weeks.
Marcus Smart be back,
and that's going to throw the whole thing off.
In the next 10 days, that cuts Luke Kennard's timeline too. So they would probably have to make a decision. Yeah. Then at that time, Ja would be close to coming back too. So they're going to make 2 decisions because Vince may be on both.
Yeah. Somebody we haven't really mentioned, you did mention a little bit, is Vince Williams.
Yeah.
I hate to say I told you so. Y'all know I don't mind saying I told you so, but literally, man, ever since like Summer League of last year, I could tell that dude had something in him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you're talking about a guy who's a 6'4", 6'5" wing, can defend like crazy. He's been knocking down shots when he's been, open or whatever. He looks a lot more confident than he did this time last year. You covered him in the G League, and I know you had good things to say about him.
Somewhere I didn't. When I started covering the hustle,
he was already gone
on the Grizzlies,
right? But
that old job, everything in the second half of the season.
Yeah, but he's like I said, man, he's been definitely a bright point to see him emerge. I'm excited about it. He reminds you a lot of DeAnthony Melton's game. Yeah. I think he's a little taller than DeAnthony, even might be even more athletic than he is. But I'm a big fan of his game. He presents an interesting situation as well because he's on a two-way contract, and you've got him on there for the entire year. But once he hits his threshold, which I think is 50 games,
yep.
Once he hits his 50-game threshold, you can't play him anymore. And I think he's been on the active roster every game just so far this season.
So far, yep.
So once you hit that, he doesn't have to play. If he's on your active roster for those games count. So I think every game this season, he's been on it. So you got, some tough decision-making with him. You can keep him on the two-way the entire year. His 50 games can run out, or you can split his 50 games up so they don't run out before the season's over. But if he's on a two-way contract, you cannot take him to the playoffs.
Right.
So there could be even more decision-making the Grizzlies need to make, which goes to the fact, like I said, I think they're going to try to make a deal to get Vince a regular contract this season. And I think in that deal, you're going to do something that's going to be 2 for 1, 3 for 1, something like that to free up something for Vince Williams. But we'll see how that whole thing plays out. But what are your thoughts on Vince Williams and what he's brought to the team so far?
Impressive. I mean, especially defensively.
Mm-hmm.
It's their first game he played against Boston, and he came in and he did a really good job on Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. And I think especially Jaylen Brown, who he was guarding. And Jaylen Brown struggled that game. So I think ever since then, he's been bringing, not even just offensively, he hitting shots, rebounding, for instance. Last Friday when I asked Taylor Jenkins about him and Nowell providing spark off the bench, he had dropped it. He had 8 rebounds in that game. I think the next game, he ended up winning 9. I swear he had 11. I looked at the box score, he had 11. They took 2 rebounds away.
From
and
who?
They gave him to Santi Adamu.
Oh, wow, okay.
Because he ended up with 15 and 9. And at some point, I thought I saw him at 17 and 11. Unless I got him Santi mixed up, or they switched it, where they gave it to Santi. It was really supposed to be Santi and not him. But he ended up with 15 and 9. But still, just at his size, is 6'4", to just grab boards. And that's even a thing that Dylan Brooks didn't do. Dylan Brooks, on the average, 2 or 3 rebounds a game. I was like, bro, you 6'6", 6'7", 6'8", and that's all you averaging. So, and to me, rebound is an effort thing. And that's why John Conchar probably plays a lot. Because that's one thing he would do is at least rebound. So, seeing Vince Williams rebound, be really solid on defense, hit the occasional open jumper. That's all you can ask for. So it's really nice to see. I would say they probably should with him. They probably could push him to the trade deadline in a sense. They probably could wait until February, then decide, like you said, make the move to do with him. They don't have to make a decision on him quite yet. They can wait. They can wait that one out for a couple months.
Because I think they're about to do something, man. It feels like they got some plan to do something with this roster. You know what I mean? So hopefully by then they'll have something done. But I would love to see Vince Williams. Super happy for him, man. Super proud of him also, for sure.
And he's the one bright spot from last year's draft.
Yeah, which is crazy.
I guess David Roddy would still be technically somewhat.
Vince Williams is better than David Roddy.
Vince Williams,
it makes
round pick.
It's so infuriating, man. That he was the guy that was
he's the last one.
Yeah, he was the last dude they drafted
before him.
He was the last dude they drafted, man. And he's better than all those dudes. Kenny Chandler ain't here no more. Roddy's fine. LaRavia's ass. And they're not playing Junior. Junior's probably
was undrafted. So.
Junior probably getting cut in a few weeks.
Vince Williams probably taking his.
Yeah, he's finna get him up out of here for sure. I already know that's pretty much done. Jaren Jackson Jr. against the Phoenix Suns had 37 points in that game.
Quiet 37.
Yeah, quiet 37. Quiet. Man. The losing effort, man. Just wasn't enough, man. Maybe if he had 57, they would have won. But now, how do we keep that going? Is that something where Jaren has to take more initiative? Because I think if it's a thing where Jaren has to take more initiative, that's not happening.
They ain't happening.
I think that they have to strategize to get Jaren going. Yep. Do you think what we saw against Phoenix was Jaren's like, all right, I've heard the criticism. I've been playing like shit the last few games. Do you think that was Jaren waking up? Do you think it was Taylor Jenkins saying, okay, 13, we got to get you going? His teammates saying, we got to get you going. What do you think led to him having that 37-point game? Because it didn't look like how he's looked over the last few games.
I would say it's a little bit of both. It's a little bit of both. And I always say it's both, right? I always say coaching. Right. Especially big man, I think I said it a couple weeks ago. Big man, you got to get them going early in the game. Phoenix got them going early in the game. Because as big man, guards can get themselves going because they bring the ball over the court. They ball handle most of the game.
Yeah.
The big man, Jaren, sometimes he bring up the court, but you ain't finna just give him the ball and play, hey, bring up the court, right? So you need to schedule like the first basket, give him the ball. Cause I think Shaq used to say all the time, like they used to make sure they gave him the ball the very first possession, got him the
get him going,
and get you going. So as a big man, naturally, Jaren, that's what you need. And that game kind of reminded me of, and goes back to what I was talking about earlier, Josh's rookie year. when Ja came back from that injury, he had missed another game like 3 games later. They played against the Milwaukee Bucks here in the Feds Forum, and Jaren they lost the game, similar to the Phoenix game, but he had like 44. I think that was his career high. He had like 44 points. He was like just unstoppable. And that game kind of reminded me of that one. So it's like, hopefully, I don't expect you to keep getting quiet 37s. Give me a loud 20. Yeah. 22.
Loud 20, Jaren. Yeah, give me a loud 20. Yeah.
Yeah. Just keep it going. Like I said, it comes down to coaching. Taylor Jenkins, we criticized him a lot last week. He did. I seen him finally actually make adjustments.
Keep going. I gotta give him credit for that, man. You made adjustments. Going, you started playing dudes that can actually play.
Exactly.
I got to give you some level of credit, even though Coach Marcus Smart, my candidate, my right-hand vote for.
He got the spark. He ignited playing. And you know what I love about that? After that, you have to even that was the Dallas. I remember that sequence when Desmond Bain got mad at Santi for guarding Kyrie, and he just left Grant Williams open for 3. Yeah. And they went at it. I was like, I love that. We didn't see that before.
Yeah.
Like,
we need to see that, man.
Hold each other accountable. So,
we need to see it, for sure.
Need that. It started with Marcus Smart. So.
Yeah. If y'all remember when Hollins was here, Yeager was here with Zach in his prime.
That kind of shit was happening all the time with them teams.
Well, that, but I'm also talking about going back to Jaren for a second in terms of getting him going. What was the first play they ran every single game?
Feed 50.
They call it 4 down.
Yeah.
And it was just get the ball. It was like the first 2 or 3 possessions every single game. They would just go 4 down, get the ball to Zach in the post and let him eat. And that's what I agree with Parish 1,000%. Like, Jaren's never going to be that guy that seeks out the ball. You got to run actions that get that ball to him on a consistent basis to get him going, because that fluctuation that he has is just that's just who he is as a player. He's always going to fluctuate. You got to make sure you get him that ball.
Yeah, they definitely have to do that for sure. But good to see Jaren get that 37, very quiet 37. Shout out to my man on Twitter that started that whole thing. And man, I've been speaking of shout outs on Twitter. There's this dude, I don't know who he is, but what is up with y'all weird ass What is up with these weird ass people, bro? Like, why is it people like who do amazing stuff, but you don't want people to know who you are? Like, that whole thing is just so strange.
Yeah.
Like, there's this dude who like really does like in-depth film breakdowns for the Grizzlies, right? But his name is like Grizz Film or something like that.
Oh, no.
Like, bro, why are you hiding your identity, bro?
Hide it behind the profile, like picture of a player or something.
Right, like, who are you, bro? Like, should I be looking on the sex offender list or something? Like, what? Why are you hiding? Like, I never understood that, bro. Like, why would you hide who you really are behind something like that? Because you never know, man. Somebody might want to have you on the show. Somebody want to hire you. All these type of things. Like, why are you?
Yeah,
I don't get it, man. But anyway, shout out to that dude, because he really was like breaking down like why Jaren was good the other night, and I was like, hey, shout out to you, man. I ain't got time for that.
Right.
Like, if I'm doing all that, man, somebody put me a check, because that look like real work, man. You know what I mean?
I did it one time for an NFL playoff game with Aaron Rodgers versus Tom Brady. It was
man,
fun,
that man be doing that. That man had them shits ready after every game, bro.
You got to be locked in on that.
But shout out to that dude, Grizz video dude. Yeah. But yeah, man, I just think that it's so strange. Like, it's not like I can understand people who kind of get in, like, to do the news breaking thing, who want to hide and anonymously with that. Like my boy Hitman, like, I get that. But that type of stuff, like, nah, you would know this is me doing this, bro. Like, for real, because it kind of makes you look you're blending yourself in, like, with the parody accounts and stuff, like. You know what I mean? I thought that's what it was.
That. Yeah. We appreciate
it. Yeah, man, because he's putting work in. Right. Like, for sure. Yeah. But with that being said, man, we talked about things we expect the front office to do. What are your personal things that you would like to see this front office do? If you could be GM for the day, how would you – what are some things like, things you would do with this team to make it better if you're really focusing on this season?
Get rid of the dead weight. I ain't talking specifically Kenny Lofton.
Yeah, we're not talking about weight. Like, we don't mean the heaviest dude on the team.
The front office, what they should do, honestly, cause I want to just say wait till Ja get back, then you figure it out from there. Give it a couple weeks. But with the Jaylen Nowell situation, I say let's see how you do it the next 10 days. Yeah, if he does well, find a way to keep him, because obviously he's part of the rotation.
But what does that look like though? Like, and do you do the? I think there's a John Conchar trade out there.
Yeah, like
I think that article that came out. I think there are teams that legit would take John Conchar off our hands and wouldn't ask for anything back. Well, we could do maybe a second-round pick swap or something like that.
Because it's contract.
Yeah, because I think there are teams that would not mind taking him back in a trade where we send out a second-round pick or something like that. I could see something like that happening. I don't know how quick a team would do that. That might be something the Grizzlies have in their back pocket. So your thing is you like to see them keep Nowell. Is that all you like to see them do? Or what?
Well, currently, like going forward before Ja gets back, find if he, like I said, depending on how he do the nesting games, if he's solidly in the rotation like he has been, you got to keep. And they're doing like how they have done the last 3 games. You can't break that up. You got to figure that out because you got players that you're not playing. I understand cutting people. Kenny Lofton's contract is easier to cut. Other players might not be as easy to cut. I mean, you had dead weight contracts before,
and then they opted in on these dudes this summer, which is crazy. Like
you got to figure it out. But
you could like guys like LaRavia, you could have let him go into free agency. I mean, anyway, but
I understand. Like I haven't seen the analytics people talk about Jaylen Nowell shooting.
I like how you describe those people.
When you watch him play, bro's a hooper.
Yeah, you can look at him and tell, okay, this dude can play, bro. Like he takes bad shots and he's missing shots, can't shoot for shit.
Right.
But you can look at him and tell, okay, that dude can play basketball. He's got a feel for the game, bro.
I prefer to watch him versus some of these other dudes that have been playing doing the same thing.
Yeah.
That we ain't.
And those guys that we call chuckers and things like that, those are the dudes where they go on runs at the right time and just hit crazy and hit game-winning shots. Like I don't mean buzzer beaters, but like shots that matter in games, bro.
What you just said, shout out, I was listening to on the way here, No Bluffing Podcast. Shout out to my guy,
Christian Ingram, my boy.
He spoke about that. He was like, and he is mentioning Jordan Clarkson for instance. He was like, a lot of us want Jordan Clarkson. We know the name Jordan Clarkson, right?
Yeah.
He's shooting like 43% from the field and 33% for three. Like shooting percentage is not that good, but we know him as a
guy who will kill your ass if it come down to it. Yeah,
you got to pay attention to the game when you're to be able to like really figure out what this guy does. The problem is like, yeah, okay, Jake or whoever might have better analytic stats, like percentages wise and all that kind of stuff, but he kills you on defense.
Right.
Yep.
He misses rotations. He doesn't get rebounds. He doesn't actively change the game when he's out there. Jaylen Nowell might miss shots, but when he's out there, he changes the energy in the game for the Grizzlies.
And something people kind of forget about, man, is the fact that guys who can dribble the ball and can break a guy down off the dribble
and hit mid-range shots,
right? And can make you respond to him.
Yep.
That is a skill, bro. Like if I can dribble the ball and I make your man have to decide, am I going to step over to double team you,
dude,
or stay where I'm at?
It means something.
That means something, man.
Yes.
And I understand. Yeah, today's NBA is all about the ball. A pass moves faster than dribbling. I understand all those type of things. But old-fashioned guys that can break you down off the dribble, make you have to make a decision whether I'm going to come to try to stop you or stick with my man. That stuff works too.
Yep.
I mean, it still works for sure.
Makes you play when you play with a force that makes people react to you. That is a massive thing on the NBA court.
Yep. And that's what you see in the playoffs, guys who are playmakers like that, who can create shots like that. We had that lack of guys in the past.
And make mid-range shots. Like the mid-range game went nowhere. I don't care how much these analytics people say
Don't let
3 or layup. Like all the best players can hit mid-range.
Yeah, for sure, man. I'm going to tell you what I would do if I'm the Grizzlies. I would, if they keep Nowell, if they don't keep Nowell, I've kind of been a little bit on that. I can, whatever, but as long as they have another plan.
Right.
But I'm going to tell you something I'm looking at hard with the Grizzlies. All right? I'm looking at this Marcus Smart situation hard. Because my thinking is once you get Ja here, I think he's going to look better. I think he looked fine at first, but I think he's going to look better when Ja gets here, right? I think you really take a hard look at the deadline to see what value Marcus Smart has. Because if you can get a guy who's a bigger wing to start, and you can turn Marcus Smart into that, I think you won. Yep. And that's a Dorian Finney-Smith. And I'm not saying trade him for Dorian Finney-Smith, but if you could do something like trade Smart for something to get you something else you need, and then use other parts to try to get you a big or whatever you're doing.
Even big man.
Yeah.
Like we still
I think you need to see what Marcus Smart's value is at the deadline. I'm not saying anything like I don't want Marcus Smart here because I've been the guy who's been stomping that will be fine with Marcus Smart starting as your wing defender all year. But I would look to see what teams are talking about to get a guy who you can have past this season that can be that missing piece. And I'm gonna call Toronto, man. I'm gonna call Toronto.
I'm tired they pump faking.
I mean, I get that, but I'm gonna call your ass one more time.
I guess put it this way.
It's just like that fine ass girl that you tired of too.
That's true.
Like, let me just see.
But with that, OG Anunoby is a free agent.
Yeah,
this offseason, so they
it's a different level of leverage, man.
Now they got no choice.
It's a different level of leverage that they don't have this year. You know what I mean? So I would definitely call teams like Toronto for sure. I would call Brooklyn again.
Yeah.
Hey,
Mikal Bridges.
You got a lot of wings over there.
I ain't
you
heard
know what
about
I mean?
Mikal Bridges as much this year as last year.
I ain't seen much that little ugly little thing you be doing. I ain't seen much of that at all.
We'll still take him.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, I would see what's out there. You know what I mean? For sure. See if there are teams who might be interested, who might need a combo guard like him, and they might have an abundance of something we need. I would look into it for sure.
Yeah,
I'm not saying
Grants of the world.
Yeah, the Jeremy Grants of the world. Y'all know this is my guy. For sure, versatile player like him.
What you think about Chicago?
I'm calling Chicago. I'm calling Chicago. But for real though, man, it's a lot of stuff you can take a look at, man.
Yeah.
Plus, Marcus Smart's got a contract where he's a free agent after next year. Teams might be looking at that. They might give you a guy who's got a lot of years.
Yeah.
Zach LaVine type. You look at stuff,
like
man.
You just said Jeremy Grant signed a new deal. That's long ago.
Yeah. If you can make him, if you could help Portland come off of that, I would spin up to the brim with Jeremy Grant. That's a guy on Twitter.
Shout out Jeremy Wright, man.
Right. If Jeremy Grant's on my team, I would spin up to the limit to keep him around. You know what I mean? So I would look around, man, for sure. I would see what Marcus Smart gets you at the deadline for sure. Another optimistic thing, again, this is my man, Parish Sharkey. Y'all know he covers the Memphis Grizzlies for Bluff City Media. Are you excited to see video footage of Brandon Clark getting up shots at practice today? That man looked like he was getting, like he had no lift on the jump shot. I was like, oh shit. That man Achilles like it's made out of Cracker Jacks.
I'm not gonna be excited till I see people on the court.
Right.
On the actual real court. The basketball actual during games.
I was like, look at him, man.
Specifically with him, I need to see him actually
I need
shooting jumpers
I
in the
need
real
to see him
game.
catching a lob. I need to see him getting off his feet.
If he actually, because I remember his rookie year, that last game against Portland that we lost for the play-in, he had like 4 or 5 threes in that game. I was like,
man.
bro, what happened to that shooting?
Man, Brandon Clark was so damn good his rookie year, man.
Dog.
Like watching this team up close, like I was able to do his rookie year. That traveling to Chicago for the All-Star game and seeing him, Jaren and Bane, Jaren and Ja
in the rookie
game,
sophomore.
that was so goddamn dope, man, to see that for sure. But I hope we see Brandon Clark back sometime this year, for sure. I don't know, we'll see. But Paris, I appreciate you coming in, man. We're gonna take a break, bro. When we come back, we're gonna chop this thing up, do this thing we call a 3-pointer here on the Anthony Sain Show. See y'all in a minute.
I don't think it's constructive for the fan base to not be happy with 9-3 either.
I don't either.
I don't think that's constructive.
Here's how I think about it. And I know what the caveat is before I even say it, is that this conference sucks. Yes,
Yeah,
I get
sure.
it. I
Cool.
get it. The CUSA was horrible too.
Right.
But if you would have given
Ole Miss,
2010 Memphis a 9-win season, do you know how much money would be flowing into that program right now?
Right, for real.
And I get it. It wasn't perfect. This is not the season that Silverfield wanted, that the team wanted, that the fans wanted.
It's not that. It wasn't that far off, though. That's my thing.
I know. You win 9 games. You're going to a bowl game with the opportunity to get double-digit wins. Ryan made a hell of a point in what he said. What was it? 108 years? How many 10-win seasons have there been?
I think it was 9 wins.
9-win seasons.
9-win seasons. 10.
There's been 10. There's been 10 in 108 years.
Tune in to On the Bluff with Christian Fowler and Gabe Kuhn every Tuesday at 12 p.m. on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel.
I was just going to say one of the weird standout things is Penny's like throwing people out there that out of nowhere.
He is damned to run a 15-man line, a whole team out there. I don't understand
It's wild, some of the people that he throws in certain situations that just like haven't been seeing any time recently, and then all of a sudden come Arkansas game, Carl's out there out of nowhere. There was somebody else. Who was the other? I can't even think of it now. He threw somebody else. Was it Jonathan? He threw Jonathan out there. Was that in the Michigan game?
Did not look
No, that was in the Villanova game.
Villanova.
Didn't look the part, guys. What was the quote that Rick said? Like,
it's not the time to experiment. It's time to win a
stop
game.
experimenting and time to win the damn game. It's perfect.
Tune in to Tigers Untapped with TJ Willis and Trey Lasley every Wednesday at 3 p.m. on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel. Bluff City Media and Bluff City NIL are proud partners of Coaching for Literacy. a Memphis nonprofit using the power of sports to impact childhood literacy. When you donate to Bluff City NIL through Coaching for Literacy, your gift is 100% tax deductible. This partnership is a win-win-win. Tiger student athletes win in the NIL landscape. Coaching for Literacy wins by engaging Tiger student athletes in this monumental cause. And most importantly, elementary students in Memphis receive support to become strong readers. To donate today, visit coachingforliteracy.org/bluff-city.
All right, y'all, welcome back to the 3-Pointer. Every Wednesday, my man Parish Sharkey joins me for the 3-Pointer as well. We'll be talking about 3 things that are going on in the world of sports that matter to me. 3 things that stood out. Number 1, Kenny Stubblefield, is the Tigers losing to Ole Miss. I watched this game. This was what, Sunday, right?
Saturday,
yeah.
I was at the game.
Yeah,
I saw you, man. I tried to get the picture. Tried to pause the TV.
You know how
man.
many pictures in my DMs after every single game? It's hilarious.
I'm already knowing.
I'm like, I know I'm the biggest dude on the baseline.
What kind of pictures you be getting? Ken? Is it you make pictures?
Like,
No, I guess. I'm about to say shout out to about to name a name.
Not them kind of pictures.
Right. Yeah, about to name a name who might be sending you some snaps, man. But no, Tigers lose to Ole Miss. I made a lot of comments at the beginning of the season, in the preseason, that I haven't been this invested in a Tiger team since the
James Wiseman year.
Nah, because I knew them folks sorry at the one game.
2013.
Well, yeah, y'all got me on that.
4 Kings.
Yeah, I realized very soon that that team was not going to be for real. But yeah, the 4 Kings was the last time I was invested, and I did not like the feeling of giving a damn about this game after it went off, man. There's a feeling I ain't felt in a long time, bro, about Tiger basketball. I was like, what the hell? Like, I've been violated.
Low-key, that remind me of that Kaka investing in that TBT game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, this bum ass. Like, why am I?
Why do I care about this? Why am I watching this?
Some dude with a little bitty dude with a big fro was hitting threes on their ass. Like,
why do I care about seeing Will running up and down the floor, man? Come on.
Will Coleman, you're right.
Hey, speaking of him, bro, shout out to Jessica and CJ. They might bought some type of cheese, cinnamon bun cheesecake or something on their show this morning.
For real? Will Coleman did?
Yes.
He brings some food to their show every single week, and it is freaking hilarious, man.
Yeah, man. But like I said, I was invested in that game way more than I wanted to. I felt 25 or something again. I was like, dude, I don't like this feeling at all, man, that I cared about this game that much. I'll basically say this: that Ole Miss team, I think, is a team that's going to be good this year.
Yep.
Chris Beard has those guys playing out of their mind. That tall ass dude they had, only on the edge of the same show.
Had a couple of folks. They had a 7'5" dude.
Right.
Then Musa Cisse,
right.
who back in Andrews.
Only on the edge. Because if you listen to anybody else's show, like radio show or podcast, you'll hear people say names. Right. Hey, I don't care. The tall ass dude, the goofy dude, the tall goofy dude, he was a problem. Musa Cisse is still sorry as shit.
Back in Andrews, man.
Man, terrible, bro.
Took that personal.
Do you see Hey,
Musa Cisse is the most aesthetically pleasing big man I've ever seen, bro.
Oh my God,
that dude cannot play basketball. That dude is horrible, bro.
I don't know, man. You never got to see Jaylen Duren up close and personal.
Oh no!
Yeah. Jaylen Duren walked into a room, and I was like, God,
I didn't believe he was 18.
He looks like
I said, nah.
He looks
a grown man.
I'm surprised he doesn't get more Blake Griffin type comps, because that's definitely who he reminds me of. Like that 6'9", mega athletic, get all the rebounds, dunking on everybody type. Yeah, like Jaylen Duren is a freaking monster. But yeah, Tigers lost to Ole Miss. There was a stretch in the third quarter where the lead started extending, then it just stopped. They just started losing. Ole Miss kind of hung around. Memphis, I think that Memphis was playing very good defense in the first half. I think once they started hitting those backdoor passes to the big man, Memphis didn't know how to react. I will say this, as someone who's still a very casual Tiger basketball fan who's trying to get back into caring about, trying to get reinvested in the program. This is what we do too much as a fan base, man. Like, we get these guys that are, like, heralded to be this or that, right? And then when we get them, we start seeing signs that they may not be looking like that guy. And then we say, okay, well, he just sucks. Let's just move on from him.
Come on.
Like, we can't just keep doing it all the time, bro. We've done that, like, the whole time I've been here. And you can do that with high school dudes. Or you can do that for dudes who are just, like, some JUCO guy or something. But for guys who are, like, high-level D1 basketball players like Jordan Brown, you can't do that. Because people,
The season left.
Yeah, no, people were like Jordan and Malcolm. Yeah, that's fine. And Malcolm and those, that's great.
Yeah.
But you brought Jordan Brown here, who is like mid-major player of the year, like super good big man. You can feed him in the paint, all those type of things. They have to figure out how to get that guy going. When I say they, I include Penny Hardaway. I'm not removing him from the criticism in there. I'm not getting into a discussion about whether he got out coached or not. And I'll tell you why, man. I'm NBA spoiled. I'll say that. NBA, there's 82 teams. Everybody plays everybody at least twice. Everybody else, you play them 3 or 4 times, right? Mm-hmm. So it isn't like any power rankings or strength of schedule or who played who and all these net ratings and all this. You win enough games, you go to the playoffs, you decided in the tournament, right?
Oh, my God, dude.
You decided in the playoffs.
And because pro sports, not college football.
The fact that we're talking about games, the fact that we're talking about a game that was like on December the 1st,
could ruin in March.
My mind doesn't give a shit about that concept of college basketball, bro. Right. But I hear people talking about that type of stuff. I'm like, bro, Ole Miss, whatever they are now, they're not going to be there in March. Whatever we are now, we're not going to be there in March.
It's crazy. It's a rivalry game. We lost.
Oh, it was a bad loss.
It's a bad loss.
Because I was ready to get on game. I was ready to get on Twitter and talk bad about everything that had to do with Ole Miss, the whole state of Mississippi. I had it ready, but I couldn't do it, man. We lost the game. Man. And shout out to Ole Miss for being as petty as I wanted to be and saying good game, man. With Matthew Morrell. Yeah, it was.
I always the Memphis kids who destroy us, bro.
He did. He was out there looking like Michael Jordan.
Let me ask y'all this: if y'all had to pick, I asked TJ and Trey this on Tigers Untapped, but if y'all had to pick like trash talk, like with the crowd against this Memphis team, like what would be like your top 2 or 3 like topics that you would trash talk them on?
Old man team.
Okay.
I would do like an Expendables type thing because all their guys were like guys who were
right.
I would go kind of like something like that. The Mikey Williams stuff is lame as hell.
Lame as hell. That's all they stuck on the whole time.
Yeah, like not that I feel a way about it. Like it just wouldn't like we don't give a shit about.
They kept
Mikey
asking.
Williams.
They said Mikey's guilty. Yeah, no shit.
Okay, so yeah,
he
that's
pled
why
guilty.
He ain't here. Like,
you
act like he on the court. You act like y'all saw him out there playing or something. Like,
and then the next one was where is Mikey? Where? And I'm like, he's not been here.
He ain't been here.
He ain't been here at all. That was lazy.
Yeah,
it was lazy. Like, the environment was dope, but it was the laziest student section I've ever heard in my entire life.
They ain't look back at that Fab Five documentary. Jaylen Rose had that whole crack house thing, and that was a real troll.
If I were Ole Miss, this is a layup that I really think they missed in that game. It really could have been. Oh shit, they went there. You could have been like you're an SEC team.
All right,
you coached against Rick Stansberry.
Yeah,
it could be like. The wrong dude is coaching. Like, give Rick his team back. Like,
that's it.
You could have like give the. They easily could have rolled that.
That is the.
Is that what they said? Is that what they said too?
They never said it.
That's what I would have done.
But that is vicious.
Yeah,
if they said
he coached their rival too, Mississippi State.
You'd be like, yeah,
you really could have.
That means you're knowledgeable about what's going on within a team, right?
I'd be like, yeah, go get a team back to Rick. But yeah, shout out to Penny, man. Penny's gonna be fine. I don't know why he started talking about his mouth and having a toothache. Like, nah, but that ain't helping you at all, family, for sure. But man, that team,
you got opportunities.
Yeah, I will say this though, bro, and this is like y'all can say what you want. I've been watching basketball for a long time. You know what I mean? And I'll just say this: there's some chemistry issue on that team. That stuff I saw with Quinterly, go to hell, man. Like there's something that wasn't right with it. Like
David Jones,
David Jones,
the last 5 minutes.
Yeah, because I remember, bro. And Kenny, we've been talking about stuff behind the scenes, out in front, everything.
Yeah.
And shout out to Javon Quinley. I'm not, it is with people, you have emotions. I mean, it is what it is. But like, we saw like preseason interviews. Oh, who's taking the last shot? Jaquan Walton. Oh, it's me. Oh, I know it's gonna be me.
Yeah.
And Jaquan Walton, I was like, damn, that's the dude.
And he been chilling since.
Chilling since David Jones been hooping. Mm-hmm. He been falling back. And I think Penny has to reset something on that team. Because there's something going on, bro. Like, I don't want to hear that there's something. When a dude comes down, throws up that wild-ass layup, and then comes down with that NBA Jam full-court-ass runner. Like, no,
with 2 seconds left, man. He probably should.
For the win!
He probably should. And they did win 2 games with their starting lineup, but he probably should have kept their original starting 5 with Caleb Mills and Jordan Brown come out the bench.
I don't know. Man, no, bro. They have to figure out how to get Jordan Brown going, bro. Like,
they do.
I get the stuff about Like he's not a transition big. Y'all are not playing in transition. Y'all are in the half court looking.
1,000%.
Yeah, you need to be feeding that dude.
They
man.
haven't played transition.
Yeah,
They haven't been
they're
a
not
fast
even-
team this
yeah,
year.
they haven't been
But I
fast
was
at all.
saying more of the not necessarily that specifically, but something like
Yeah.
the chemistry issue.
Yeah,
is my
it's
point.
something
like,
ain't right, man.
You done these 5 guys
Yeah.
probably don't go together starting together.
Yeah, they need to figure that out. But yeah, number 2, man, the NBA in-season tournament. If you're still talking bad about the NBA in-season tournament, you're just being a goofball. I mean,
Indiana will turn.
these games,
That was a
man, this
playoff
game
game.
was fire, man.
Hey, can we give Halliburton his due?
Oh, of course.
I ain't never said dude ain't
I've been
cold, bro, but
telling
he
you
ain't
cold.
12, bro. That dude is not 12, bro.
We'll see
Like,
December
and
21st.
John's gonna make that dude look silly in a few weeks, bro. I'm
December
telling you.
21st.
Y'all better put Buddy Hield or somebody on Ja. I'm telling you, bro, because if Halliburton is matched up against Ja, he gonna make that dude look bad.
Hallie.
Purpose of the in-season tournament was to get casual fans watching the NBA more before Christmas, right? A lot of NBA is known for we don't watch until Christmas. Did that happen? Yes.
Yes.
Even the regular season games had much higher ratings than those games had in previous years. Yep. Did it work? Yes. Are casual fans watching? Yes. Are the players into it? Yes. If you're complaining about this, you just sound like a goofball. Like you just do. Does it matter? No, it don't matter nothing. Once it's over with, you're going right back to the regular season. Somebody put on Twitter like, man, should have a couple of these bad boys run this mug back again in February. For real, man.
Low-key, like, and you say you like people like brackets. Looking at that bracket yesterday, I was like, okay.
Yeah.
This look like aesthetically pleasing.
I think the thing that I was the most concerned about with it was were the players going to get up for it?
Man.
And they absolutely did.
Especially those young teams, because I was talking about that with my dad earlier. He was just like, man, like teams like Indiana,
Right.
New Orleans won last night. Teams like those really going to take it serious because they trying to prove themselves.
Yeah, they're trying to. It gets you going, man. And I think the Pacers' uniform looks good as hell.
Yeah.
On that court, it looks good. Like, man, I'm with all that, bro. I like the uniforms. I like the courts. I'm with all of it. I'm a fan of it. Bring it back. A lot of Grizzlies fans just mad that we ain't in that bitch too. Cause that shit look fire, bro. Man, what y'all say? That shit look fire.
Grizzlies fans are upset about everything.
Even
right
when
now.
I went to the game and I saw them with the uniforms on that court, I said, man, that shit's sweet. Like, y'all get them out of here, man. That shit look good as hell to me.
Fresh, man.
Oh yeah, man. I said we were gonna talk about this later, and I forgot in our segment too, man. Y'all got John Morant sadly mistaken, bro. Like the stuff they're doing now, man.
I saw that the Ben Steiner.
Yeah,
dude,
man. Like,
come
what
on,
are y'all-
man.
completely left
Bro,
off the list.
how can you make a list of good players in small markets and you don't mention one of the best players in the league in one of these smallest markets, bro? Like, people are really acting like John Morant never existed. Like, I can understand if he was out here doing something off the court and his leg is missing.
Or he got
right.
kicked out of the league. He out for 2 years, like Tyreke Evans.
You wanted to see in
type of
shape
thing.
type. You know, I can understand if Ja was on crack. But, bro, Ja's going to be back in a minute. He's going to be busting all these dudes' ass, man. Like, there's another rankings list that had him at 35. I'm like, bro, y'all have lost it, bro. This one just came out.
Oh, it's another one?
Yeah.
It's got to be personal, don't? I mean,
Man,
it's got to
Ja is
be.
about to go
Probably
crazy.
do they want him to go? They want him to turn up.
Man, that dude is about to go
That's all.
crazy, bro. And he's about to,
Destination.
man, Halliburton going to get the wrong end of an ass whooping when it comes down to that, when they come back on the 19th for sure. Number 3, man. LeBron and Ime Udoka got into it.
I just saw that too.
That was
Other
wild.
day. And the fact that Dylan Brooks didn't have nothing to do with it, like he got
He said he was trying to separate them.
yeah, but it's the fact he didn't get into it. And I'll say this, man. Y'all take this however y'all want. I'm not accusing LeBron of anything. But I'm scared to go here.
He the same dude that pointed somebody into the crowd out to the ref in the Indiana game.
No, that ain't where I'm going. Most of the time when dudes get to arguing, there's a common reason why men are arguing about stuff, especially if it's old fights. Like people saying, oh, they did that shit when they played against each other too. This is all I'm going to say. LeBron James, king of the NBA, Ime Udoka, very handsome dude. Like, gets after it. I ain't saying them dudes are like Eskimo bros out there, but
Man, you just making shit up.
bro, I'm not basing this off of intel. That shit just looks super weird to me, bro. And I know that LeBron has the image of never messing off with his wife, and LeBron has the baddest NBA wife out of all of them. But I'm not. I don't know, bro. I ain't saying that I think that they're Eskimo bros, but it was just a weird exchange. It's something. There's something in the past that those dudes that wasn't about nothing that happened right there in that game.
I can't agree with that.
Because Udoka was talking like to LeBron like he was a straight known sucker, bro. Like bro, you know you a known ass sucker, bro. Like it's, and sometimes I'll say this, man. Sometimes there are dudes who are faithful, but there's some big ass haters too. You know what I mean? Because like you might be the dude who out there get after it, but I'm a hater on you too, even though I ain't particularly out there doing it. It's something. Bro, them dudes fell out about something. I ain't saying they Eskimo bros, but it look Eskimo bro ski-ish to me. To me, bro. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. I ain't saying they are. I'm not accusing LeBron of cheating, but it just looks strange. It looked like a very strange yet familiar situation that I saw with them dudes the other night, man.
Would you have been, because what it sounded like on the court was that LeBron got pissed that he got called a bitch. Is that like,
bro,
how do you feel?
Energy was like, bro, you a bitch that I've been knowing you a bitch type energy, bro. Like for real, bro. Like that shit wasn't about nothing going on in that game, bro.
Like how pissed would you be if you got into it with somebody and they called you a bitch? Would that be like crossing a line for you?
A regular dude, yeah, that would cross the line. But if you're an NBA coach, that definitely would trigger me a little bit more, bro. Of a coach on the sidelines.
The B words, that's swinging.
Bro, LeBron come off as a hater to me, bro. LeBron is one of the greatest basketball players of all time, but he comes off like a hater. I can see LeBron like seeing Ime Udoka like having like a bunch of women want him and feeling the way about it and being a hater. Like I can see, even though he's happily married, I can see LeBron being a hater, bro. Like I know how men are, bro. I've heard stories about like Penny and Shaq, how when they were in Orlando, like some of the real reasons why they got into it.
Shaq and Kobe.
Yeah, bro. I've heard stuff about these dudes when it comes down to women and why they fall out. And I'm not saying that LeBron was like out here messing with chicks, but you might just be a hater. You might be a dude like, okay, I'm happy, I'm married, I got a bad wife, I'm not messing off, but bro, I feel a way that this dude, like the 11th man on this bench is like out here being a hound. Like I feel a way about it.
Which Ime Udoka was that dude.
Yeah, he wasn't a star in the league. He was just a dude.
He played against LeBron.
Yeah. It could have been. I guarantee you, bro. It's something on that type of level where them dudes go back. I don't think it's just basketball beef, bro. When I see the king in the NBA and a handsome dude arguing, like, yeah, a handsome role player arguing, yeah, bro, that got something to do with some women, bro. Like, I'm not accusing LeBron of cheating. Like, I know it sounds like that's what I'm saying, but bro.
It sounds like you do.
That shit was giving Eskimo to me, bro. Like y'all, bro, look like y'all arguing over some, like something that had to do with some chicks, bro.
That's an interesting take, though.
That one felt like they are at some point. The two of them are gonna have to run the fade on.
They got to go and get the fighting, bro.
Yeah, they're gonna have to fight at some point. Because
that was not nothing in the moment, bro.
No,
like that was something like, yeah, bro. Like you been a bitch to me. Like it's something like, yeah, it was something to it. Like I said, I'm not trying to be controversial. I'm not trying to make a clip for Kenny to put out and it goes viral. I'm not trying to do none of that stuff. Like
or even like to the extent that
it just didn't look. It didn't look right to me.
What's that Kevin Garnett who told Melo?
The man told Carmelo Anthony, your wife tastes like Honey Nut Cheerios.
I could see. That's why I dispute what you said. Gotta see.
Right.
This.
And he told, what's the dude's name who had alopecia, bro?
Charlie Villanueva.
Charlie Villanueva. Yep. He told him you look like a cancer patient. Then they asked KG, and said, no, man, I see he's a cancer to his team.
He did.
Bro, what's wrong with KG, bro?
Is that Honey Nut Cheerios? That might be the word. Like
that's wild, bro.
That's wild, right? Like
man, these dudes, man, these guys all date the same girls, and man, I'm telling you, I've heard so many weird NBA stories from guys who like
ain't just the Kardashians.
Pillow talking. Like I've heard so many weird stories about these dudes and coming down to women, man. Like when I saw that, I was like, all right, that got something to do with the chick, bro. And it could be like LeBron was probably hating on Ime about some chick, not particular chick LeBron messing off, but just being a hater, right? And he was like, he probably fell away about stuff that he's done over time. Man. I don't know, bro. I've heard weird stuff about these dudes, bro. I have no intel, but that shit did not. Yeah. That shit looked very Eskimo, bro.
There was a random clip, and it wasn't like. It wasn't even like they were going back like actual fight. It was like they were just like.
I mean, Udoka was smooth.
Having regular conversation.
Like, you ain't gonna do shit, man. Quit playing, man. You know you ain't gonna do shit.
And it felt like it felt like all it took was one little thing, and it was about to fly.
Hey, you
like,
ain't gonna do shit, man.
yeah.
Hey, bitch ass. You ain't gonna look. You know I know you're a bitch. You ain't gonna do shit.
That's what the ref do.
Yeah.
The ref had to lean in to hear
Wait a
what
minute,
was
guys.
being said. You know what I'm saying? He didn't lean in and be
It
like,
sounds very Eskimo, bro.
the ref leaned in and was like, wait, what are y'all saying right now? Like, hold on. Oh, this shit's real. Let me tee both of y'all up.
Right.
Oh my God. That was
Then
wild.
Dylan, who
And Dylan's over there going, I don't know, man.
all right.
Hey, did you see that clip of LeBron staring at Dylan during Dylan's stare down?
Yeah. Man, Dylan's a freaking madman, bro. Shout out to my coach of the year, Ime Udoka. And, bro, I've heard wild stories, bro, about the NBA. I'm not accused. I'm literally just throwing stuff out here. I am not accusing of anything. If I'm Ime Udoka, a guy who we know ain't got no limits, bro. Come on now. You know where I'm about to go, don't
Go ahead, go.
How we know that he ain't
Go ahead, go with it.
took his shot at the queen of the NBA? You know what I'm saying?
man.
Bro,
Come
I'm
on,
just
man.
saying, bro.
Don't bring
That
her
shit-
into it. Don't bring her
That
into
shit
it.
look like two dudes who got beefed and involved women. What the dynamics is, I don't know. But that shit look like some weird shit between two dudes, and something that had to do with some women, bro.
I can see it. I ain't gonna
Don't bring
lie.
Savannah into
I'm
it,
not
man.
accusing that man, but I've heard wilder
dispute it.
stories than Ime Udoka taking the shooting this shot at that man white. But I will tell y'all some when we go to the break, and we about to go there right now. When we come back, we're going inside the same break. Y'all already been in that mug for about 20 minutes.
Right,
just
we have.
That's the inside the same,
well,
bro.
yeah, but I got
Gonna rerun the Ime Udoka stuff.
and the stuff I gotta talk about, I gotta take one part off because it's gonna sound real hypocritical to what I was about to say. But anyway, man, we'll see you guys in a minute.
Bluff City Media and Bluff City NIL are proud partners of Coaching for Literacy, a Memphis nonprofit using the power of sports to impact childhood literacy. When you donate to Bluff City NIL through Coaching for Literacy, your gift is 100% tax deductible. This partnership is a win-win-win. Tiger student athletes win in the NIL landscape. Coaching for Literacy wins by engaging Tiger student athletes in this monumental cause. And most importantly, elementary students in Memphis receive support to become strong readers. To donate today, visit coachingforliteracy.org/bluff-city.
How does it shake out?
Michigan, Florida State, by definition of being
Have to.
undefeated ACC championship, would be 2. And then you'd have Alabama at 3.
And then Oregon.
Well, this is what I do. I'd have Alabama at 3, Oregon at 4. But I think the way the committee's shown, they're going to lean, it might be Oregon at 3, Alabama at 4. Because Oregon's been ahead of them every single week,
Right.
even though they have
Yeah,
no
yeah.
business being
You're
ahead
right,
of them.
You're right. And they're avenging their only loss.
Yes.
So, yeah, I agree.
But whoever gets that 3 spot against the 13-0
So the number one team
undefeated
in the country.
ACC team, ACC Florida State,
Yeah.
ACC champ Florida State, they're lucky.
Yes.
Because it's like they're not full strength.
There's a little bit of an asterisk
Yes.
there.
But at the same time, it gives you potentially an easier road into the national championship to deal with. You know, I think Michigan versus Bam would be a hell of a game.
It would be.
Tune in to On the Bluff with Christian Fowler and Gabe Kuhn every Tuesday at 12 p.m. on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel.
We've had a couple portal hits. It's that time of year, although it's not officially open. Doesn't open until Monday, a week from today.
December 4th.
Tevin Carter, backup QB, QB2, QB Deuce, the Deucer, is calling his career. He's no longer Gridiron Penny. I'm sorry, Tevin, if you're watching, we know that you are. You can't be Gridiron Penny anymore.
Yeah. Like you can't. You lost that. Anytime Seth struggled somewhat, they were like, gotta play Tevin.
Well, even if it wasn't necessarily him struggling, people were still asking for Tevin.
which is bananas to me.
But special packages, people want all sorts of stuff. Overnight deliveries for Tevin. A lot of people may not see it this way because offensive line is not sexy.
It's not sexy.
Gabe,
Sorry,
I'm
Gabe.
sorry.
You're
It's
not
just not a
sexy.
sexy position.
Gabe's
People
not
are
sexy.
like, I mean, I've seen it. People are coming at Twitter and they're like, offensive line, it's easy to replace, easy to find those fellas. It's not a big deal. Losing Davion Carter is a big deal.
Tune in to Tigers Untapped with TJ Willis and Trey Lasley every Wednesday at 3 p.m. on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel.
All right, y'all. Welcome back to the Anthony Sain Show. We talked about more off the record.
Hey, them stories are staying.
Staying here, man. Tell you, bro. In my time of doing media and just not just that, man. Just like relationship I've had with like players or former players who just tell NBA stories. Man, these dudes do wild shit, bro. Like, and to add to that, I'll say like, okay, you've heard stories about LeBron's mama. And Delonte West, like, bro, how we know IBA's bad? I mean, come on, bro. Like, this stuff, weird stuff happens, bro. Like, Ime Udoka is dated a celebrity woman.
Right.
LeBron James' wife by association is a celebrity woman. How we know she ain't? We don't know, man. It's something weird. It's some weird dynamic to the whole situation. But I was saying it was so hypocritical about what I was going to talk about. I'm gonna stand on business, man. I'm gonna stand on what I'm putting, man.
Business, man.
I want to talk about two things. Shannon Sharp.
Oh, come on, man.
Wow, man, right there.
Unk is wild, dude. He got off Fox and he went wild.
Bro, Shannon Sharp in the interview with Chad Ochocinco, they do their podcast.
Dude, have you seen those clips? Have you watched any of that?
It was too much for me, man.
Oh, my God.
And that's what I want to talk about. Like, I admire the beauty and rhymes with words that almost said that word. I admire women's physique, right? I admire beautiful women. I could do this all day long. Y'all know this. Women, I'm pro women. I am,
of course.
So,
Y'all.
but it's just certain stuff, bro. I'm just not gonna come out and say, bro, because I don't know Megan Thee Stallion's relationship status, but I think she has some dude she's dating in the business. Like, I think she has a dude, right? Like, I'm not going to get on the air and say get that descriptive about what I would do to some woman. And he's really been leaning into the goofball stuff, bro. I'm surprised women really aren't going off. I'm surprised like women aren't like outraged at some of the stuff he's saying, especially with it being a celebrity who's got a following like Megan Thee Stallion. Like, that was just a little bit too much for me. It made me clutch my pearls, and I'm a nasty dude. You know what I mean? I'm like, damn, bro.
Some stuff stay off the record.
How do you get that? Like, that shit was wild. You know what I mean? Like, for real. Like, bro. Like, that shit was wild as hell to see Shannon Sharp say that. And he had, what's the girl's name? Who's like the celebrity, Brittany Rayner, like.
Yeah, he had her on.
I was like, man, are you that horny, Shannon Sharp? I do have a theory as to why he's doing it. I'll talk about that off the air, too. Oh, man.
Yeah,
if you look at Shannon Sharp, there's a major feature that's missing from him. And I think he's trying to develop that on the air as we speak. But we'll talk about that off the air. It's kind of baby-faced. But anyway, we're going to move on. Something else that I want something else that don't worry about it. Something else I want to talk about that's on my mind. I am speaking of beautiful women, right? All right, but I'm gonna keep this PC. I'm gonna acknowledge this woman's beauty. I'm gonna acknowledge the place she has in my heart and in my eyes and my mind. Man. But I'm not gonna talk about how much, I'm not gonna get Shannon Sharp nasty describing her. This woman I grew up in a time where people talked about the Beyoncés of the world, the Kelly Rowlands, and all these women that were the image.
Banks,
these women that were the Halle Berrys, all these women that were just the image of beauty. And he was Christina Milian. All these. Christina might have been number 2. The News, the Lauren Londons. Hey, Lauren London might be number 3. But brother, the one is number 1.
Starts with A.
Oh my God, bro!
And she will always be.
I sit back in the cage. Wait, she can't be mine and yours, Kenny. So let's get that.
She's mine too.
I will fight all y'all right now.
She's mine too.
I'm sitting in the cut like, nah, bro. Ashanti is that woman. Always has been. She looks exactly the same as she looked when I was coming up as a young adult. But I am legit happy to see her and Nelly spin the block, man. You're talking about a couple who got together and they probably were 18, 19, 20, something like that, young in the industry. It didn't work out. Probably was a little PR-ish back then as well. They kind of probably put together more than anything. And now to see them my age, you know what I mean, older.
Get back together.
You know what I mean? Yeah, man. Got a baby on the way. Shout out to Ashanti.
Nice shout out.
Oh, I can't wait to see Ashanti with the baby thickness on her. Oh, my God. Oh, I'm trying not to be nasty. I was trying not to be nasty, man.
Reel him in, Parish. Reel him in, Parish.
No lie, though.
You may want to get me, man.
Think about their relationship. Like, I don't really care for couples famous people.
Bro, they
couples
look
relationship.
super happy,
Those
bro.
two,
Like,
I was
legit
sad
happy,
when
bro.
they broke up initially the first time.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
actually sad. Like
Bro.
I looked at them like,
Yeah,
dang, I
they
like
look
that couple.
super happy. You see them out just doing like regular people
Yeah,
shit,
I'm
like
glad
doing
to see them back
karaoke.
together,
and,
man.
like they ain't out just, you don't just see them just like in, Dubai or something. You see them like it.
Only on red carpets and
Yeah,
stuff
man.
like that. yeah.
you see them out like doing shit you can do with your girl. You know what I mean? For real. So I'm super happy for both of them.
And
But, I can't wait to see she starts.
I about to say what's funny is
she starts going through.
Rein them in, Parish.
Oh
I'm
man,
about to take this back. First, you remember Fat Joe and Juvenile. Yeah,
man, my mind went somewhere else now, man.
What their right name was?
Cause I'm thinking about Nicki Minaj and she was pregnant.
What their right name? Who Fat Joe had that verses with? I don't forget his name.
Fat Joe. Oh, Remy Ma. No. Ja Rule.
Ja Rule.
Yeah.
There we go. How I forget his name? Yeah, remember they
Remy
had
Ma.
that, and yo,
Ja Rule.
and you remember Shanti performed, and Nelly
Yeah.
was there, and that he had went by. You could tell something was still there.
Yeah.
He went by and spoke to her, and like
That
was
might
the
have been
first
what
time.
set it off.
It had to be because they had like a whole conversation afterwards. Shanti had with
Man,
Fat
look
Joe
at
and Ja
verses
Rule.
bringing the world back together. Man, bro, Shanti. Shit, man, Shanti finna be fine as hell if she
gone,
get
man.
pregnant. And you know she gonna be on display too, man.
Rihanna gone, Shanti gone.
Yeah, I gotta stop being sick, man. I kind of got a pregnant woman fetish. I ain't never told y'all about that.
Jesus
I
Christ.
said he ready to see the baby.
Hey, man. Hey. Parish, let's
Probably got- I
All right, close it out.
let's have a prayer real quick, Parish. No.
Hey man, I just did all that talking about Shannon Sharp going too far, man. But
But you kept PG though. You didn't keep it. Shannon Sharp actually.
man, Shanti gonna be so fine, bro. I like when that nose swell up, boy. Shit, I'm sick.
You creeping to PG-13 now.
Now he's getting specific.
Now
All
you
right.
gotta get the sharp territory. Get the right
Man,
guard.
pregnant women just smell different, man.
Hey.
Kenny, me and you are both believers, right? All three of us are believers, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
I believe that God put pheromones, an increased level of pheromones in pregnant women, and just something in their essence just makes them extremely attractive to who their mate
Man,
is during that time, man. Your wife didn't look, you ain't never had no
I
kid.
ain't. We
Kenny,
got
your
that
wife
yet.
looked
We got
beautiful
that
as
far
hell when
yet.
she was pregnant, right?
Absolutely.
You ever think of some nasty?
I'm trying to rein it in too.
Bro, I'm telling you, man. Like I think that the Most High God put stuff in pregnant women to make them look gorgeous to you. Gay's mom looked incredible to me when she was pregnant, bro. Like I think it's something that God kind of set up so. The same reason why you don't kill babies. Like, like God made it he made like little puppies and little cubs and stuff look
Yeah, that's what
cute. Like, so you won't want to eat them. You know what I mean? So, I talk about babies. I mean, like with animals.
I know you're talking about.
I mean, I
little
think
baby.
it's beautiful.
yeah.
I think it's
Puppies,
beautiful because, like, when a woman is pregnant, that's when they feel at their worst.
Yeah.
But
They smell
to
so
their,
damn
to
good,
their
man.
mate, to their guy, to their dude,
Yeah.
they're at their best,
true.
man.
God, they smell
At
good.
their best.
Yeah, I need some counseling, probably, man. That's fine, though. But yeah, man, we about to slide about this joint, man. Shout out to my man, Parish Sharkey, man.
Again.
Guy's so wild, man. Man, I hope Tracy
boy.
don't listen to this show.
There's gonna be a lot of women.
I'm gonna tell her, hey, babe, don't listen to this show, please.
Yeah. But come out to the Hooters watch party. Come out to the Hooters watch party again tonight. If you're pregnant, for sure.
What's the title this week? Oh, no.
We gotta win this one. Is the name of it. We
gotta win this one right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right? We gotta
Yeah.
win this one, right?
Come out to Hooters, especially if you're pregnant. But no, come out to Hooters tonight. 10% off if you got your Grizzlies gear on. You can see myself, might see some other people from Bluff City Media. Parish, you said you talking about
Yeah, probably pulling up.
Parish will be in the building, man. So y'all come out, let's have a good time. Let's celebrate the Grizzlies turning the corner, man. But for Kenny Stubblefield behind the glass, for my man Parish Sharkey, 50th episode, man. You wonder why I'm so hyped, man. It's because it's the big 50. Thank y'all for supporting these first 50 episodes. Thank y'all for sharing the podcast. All that stuff, man. Supporting me, DMing me, and all the haters too, man. Appreciate y'all too. But man, we'll see y'all next time, bro. And we out.
Thank you for listening to the Anthony Sain Show. If you enjoyed this episode, leave a rating and a review wherever you download your podcasts. Also, like and subscribe to Bluff City Media's YouTube page. For comprehensive coverage of Memphis sports, head over to www.bluffcitymedia.co and find out how you can become an insider. We will see you back here next week.